Hello, everyone. Welcome to Development Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Ventura Cigar Company studio. With me today is June Liu. How you doing, June?
Pretty good.
So today we are talking about the Kral Tyrannical Buc Maduro Magnum 48. This is kind of a short Robusto 4-inch by 48 ring gauge. Comes out of the Tabacos de Aragon factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is broadleaf Maduro. Binder is from Nicaragua. Filler is from Nicaragua and Pennsylvania. Blended by Riste Ristevsky, and the price point is $9. And the cigar was released in April of 2019. So with all that out of the way, June, what was your overall smoking experience like?
I was really pleased with the overall experience. I gotta give it up to that first third, in which I thought it was just absolutely fantastic. I mean, I rated a very good score for that first third, which I don't know. This is totally unheard of this year so far with all this new cigars. But I mean, it was that good for me. So, you know, I could probably really closely say this is my ideal version of what broadleaf wrapped cigar should taste like. Connecticut broadleaf cigars. It's got this medium plus body, like um, like a close to like whole milk kind of a body consistency to it. Medium strength, very chocolatey fudge. Had this really nice ripe, like almost like really high sugar content, kind of a cherry jam to it. It was earthy. It was had that dirt graininess and that earthiness of the like dankness to it as well. When you retrohale the cigar, it breaks all that up and kind of gives you a bit more. Gave me more like cedar, like a spicier raw cut kind of a cedar, and that cherry still pulled through. Finish surprisingly was pretty clean for a broadleaf cigar, which really surprised me. Got this nice aged cedar to it. As the cigar kind of went through, you definitely I left a lot of that, like some of that, like fudge chocolate aspect of it, but I started getting really nice like notes of espresso beans. Um, yeah, I mean the only thing I could probably will pitch it over to like overall to be good to like very good is if the cigar was because at $9 for this 4x48, it's kind of steep. Like I understand that Connecticut broadleaf leaf is not cheap, but at the same rate, paying $9 for something that's like 4x48, like a short cigar like this. I mean, you might as well price it a few bucks more and call it a Davidoff. But I kind of felt like the price point was a little bit high. So either you cut that price like near half, or give me twice the amount of length and call it $9. I'll be happy as well.
Right.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, in terms of just talking about flavor wise, I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I had an interesting start with like dark wood and chocolate, which can kind of settle into some char dark wood, black pepper, some meatiness, and some mustiness. Construction was great, just allowed me to focus on the flavors. I think it's a really nice addition to the brand portfolio. It kind of has an elevated strength profile, but it has the flavors to match. I'm really interested in trying this in a larger format. As you talked about, just kind of getting to see what not necessarily larger ring gauge, but definitely a longer length, just to see what the cigar can provide over a longer amount of time. Just kind of see if the profile progresses anymore during that smoking experience. But um, you know, for people that match up with this flavor profile and the strength level, if they're short on time, this is a really good cigar for that. If they're in their winter months and things like that, but they want a nice Maduro cigar or broadleaf cigar that to match up with that, it's perfect. As you mentioned, the price point's fairly high for the size of a cigar, so that's a pretty big drawback, I think, for some people. Um, but it did smoke fairly slow, so I think that there was a little bit of value to that, and how good the cigar is also part of that.
Yeah, that's true.
But I would have no problem recommending this to other people. I'd love to smoke more of these. Definitely want to try other vitolas, all that stuff. So, as you mentioned, kind of at the beginning, like in a year of fairly average cigars, this is a bit of a standout, I would say. So getting to the scores, we were fairly close to start with you at 7.32, and I had a 7.07. How do you think that matched up with your experience?
Matched up really well. Haven't seen the seven in a very long time. But yeah, I mean, great cigar, and uh, when I bitched about Riste's Cronach that he came out with last
Yeah.
year, and how he needs to improve upon it by having XYZ. I think he did it with this one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, one other thing else, I'll wait till my after end. So my score matches up well. I mean, I thought the flavor profile was good all the way through. Now, keep in mind this is a 4-inch cigar. It's not 6-inch Toro. There's a lot more time for things to go bad. But I thought it was good all the way through. Construction was really good. Burn was a little bit wavy, but that's the only really complaint I had. So my score matches up perfectly with that. The one thing that is odd about this cigar is the band. It's completely out of line from all the rest of his cigars, and it looks like, how much would it, like, with the price point for this cigar and then having a kind of a cheapy band on it, like, did he have to like cheap out on the band to keep it from not being a ridiculous price? I mean, it's not like it's going to add a bunch of it's not going to add $1 to the cigar or anything like that, but for a cigar at this price point, I would think that you'd have your normal kind of band quality.
Yeah, or be in line with his, that same look he has, right? With all the JSK lines that he has, aside from his the toothpicks, right?
Right. Yeah.
So, I'm not sure. That was and where did this tyrannical dinosaur buck thing come from? Like,
I don't know.
I've never seen it discussed within his like social media platforms or Facebook group or whatever, right? Like, so it's super out of the left field. And if it's truly a cost thing, which I don't quite buy, I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah. But I mean,
what's interesting about a cigar like this, though? Like, I feel like most of the time, if you're gonna have a cigar, it's like a firecracker comes to mind. Smaller cigar, but burns slow like this guy. But you have a shorter smoking experience, and most of the time I come out of that, and if I like it, I'll be like, oh, I wish it was longer. Like, I wish the smoking time was longer.
Right.
But but then again, it's a good cigar, right? Like,
exactly.
I don't know. I mean, it's a good cigar. Like, it's just, it is not $9. It's really hard to take in this $9 because you're, like I was saying earlier, you basically have to go to, like, perhaps, the Davidoff, the Yamasa, Nicaragua, Escurio, like that short Corona size, right? Like,
right.
Because I think those are pitching around right at that like $10 mark or $10 mark. So
I would think they're probably maybe a little bit higher than that, but
is it okay?
Yeah.
But is this a good cigar? Like, it's then again, there's like that brand recognition, right? But if you were to just purely talking about like flavor profile, like, this is good. It's just I also think about like my pinnacle of short cigar that's cheap, that's really good. Is like Illusione's
Rothschild.
Rothschild, right? Like $4.50 or so, Cava 50, like all day long. So I guess I'm still searching for something like that.
Yep, got it. All right, if you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us, but also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.